Hi gang, it's Candace Havens, or Candy if you're a friend, and you're a friend if you're watching these videos. I set up this series to help creatives. It was going to be just for writers, but it turns out this information is helpful for everyone. But this week is a little bit different. It's called The Class Where Candy Kicks Your Butt and You Like It. Right? So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to share some hard truths for all creatives and hopefully get you going if you've been stuck in a rut like a lot of people have. So first of all, stop the whining. I'm telling you, every other post for creatives on whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok sometimes. The little dancing videos are sad, right? People can't create, people can't do whatever. You're right, you can't. As long as you say the word can't. You can't do it, you're right. So that needs to stop. You need to stop saying can't. And then you need to follow some of these tips I have for you. All right? So stop whining. That's the number one tip. Number two is, yes, this is very important because it's happening to a lot of people. You're grieving. You have been grieving. You've been going through the stages of grief. And if you don't know what those are, I'm going to try to remember, but I'm going to look at my notes. Denial is first, anger, depression, bargaining. And if you don't know what bargaining is, that's where a lot of people are right now. They're trying to share their story, get their truth out there. So you're close. You're close to acceptance, but I'm telling you to just fast forward and get to acceptance. This is your new world. The old world died, and that's okay. We're going to go forth and do better this time around. And so you just need to accept this is the new normal. A lot of you have kids at home and you're trying to write or create, and that's a whole different space for you. Or you're trying to work full time and it's super hard. I totally get it. I do. Same with me. All right. I don't have little kids, but I have a lot of different jobs that I do and a lot of people to keep track of. And so I totally 100% understand what you're going through, but it's time to accept that the world has changed. It has. We can't go back to the way things were. That's all right. We're going to go forth and do better. Okay. So you've been through the stages of grief. Let's move on, right? Okay, number 3 is for you to write anything. Or for artists, it's to create anything. For musicians, it's to write anything. Any type of something that is different than what you're doing right now will help you. Trust me, I just did this with myself this weekend. I am working on a case for The Toy Maker, which is my 3rd book in my Ainsley McGregor mystery series, and I was just sort of stuck. Like I had this book planned out better than I have any of the others, but I was having trouble doing the actual writing. And so I doodled around on Friday night with a couple of other things and wouldn't let myself, this is the trick, would not let myself work on my book that it's actually due in oh gosh, like 60 days. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I wouldn't let myself do that, right? And what happened was doodling around and not allowing myself made me want to do it even more. And then I found myself up until 4 o'clock, well, 4:30 actually this morning, writing, and it turns out a case for The Toy Maker wants to be written in my little handy dandy notebook here. I'll show you pages. You're right. And so yeah, I was up till almost 4:30, doing all of that. And it turns out this book just wants to be written in a notebook. It took me a little while to figure that out. That's fine. I'm good with that. Because when you write it in a notebook, for some reason, it doesn't feel real. So I'm just giving you that hint, right? If it's in a notebook, it doesn't feel real. And that's one of the hints I have in my fast draft class. I'm not using all of my stuff from Fast Draft because people have paid for that and I don't want to make anyone angry, but it's something that will absolutely 100% help you. Just write anything. And I know what you're saying, Candy. I have a book due in 30 days or whatever, and I don't have time to just write anything. Well, guess what, my friends? You're not writing anyway, so maybe write something in a different genre even can help you. I was doing some stuff in a YA, and for some reason that totally got my brain going, and then I was able to focus on the book that's due. So I highly, highly suggest that. I also suggest for people who are having trouble, maybe you read romance, and I hope you continue to read romance because because I work with a romance publisher, but maybe you can't sort of feel that right now, so you need to switch to mysteries, which I write, but you know, no, I'm just kidding, or science fiction, or even nonfiction, just to get yourself reading again, and then you can go back to your favorite genre. I found that I am reading, I always do, but really more now than ever, all over the place. I'm reading self-help books, not really self-help, but like Rachel Hollis kind of stuff. And then, are you guys going to her conference? I'm doing her, you guys should do this. If you can afford it, do her conference next weekend. It's virtual. I've always wanted to go to one of her Rise Up conferences, and so I get no money for saying this, and I had to pay just like everyone else, but I really am excited about that next weekend. I think it's May 2nd. It's called Rise Up, and it's Rachel Hollis. Girl Wash Your Face. Yeah, that one. Yeah, so she's awesome. So anyway, back on track, Candy, who didn't have her ADHD medicine today. All right, so number 4, put all your emotions into your work. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. You know, we were talking about the jars that you can draw and put your emotions in there, but you can do the same with your writing. And I told you guys a story about when my grandma passed away while I was writing Charmed and Dangerous, and how I put all of that into that book, and I cannot tell you how many fan letters I got from people who were like, that was the most beautiful part of the story, and it really touched me, it made me cry, it made me whatever, and you took me on an emotional roller coaster. And that's what you want to do as a writer, is take people on a emotional roller coaster. Hopefully you don't want to make them angry at your book, but otherwise, yeah. So that's something that you should learn how to do, is put everything that you're feeling into your work and use it as therapy. That's what I do, and sometimes I forget that, just like everyone else, but we're all going through a lot right now, so I understand, but I'm telling you, if you do these things, it will help you. If you're stuck, and by now, if you've watched all of my videos and you're still stuck, it's because you want to be. All right? I hate to say that, but it's true. All right. So put all your emotions into your work. And to give you an example of that, so like a lot of people, we've had some family strife. My daughter-in-law starts chemo on Monday morning for a very aggressive breast cancer, and any hopes and prayers and whatever you want to send good vibes her way, I really appreciate that. Her name's Crystal. She's awesome. She is the heart of our family and the mother of my 5 grandchildren. And so she's one of mine. It's not like a daughter-in-law. She's like my daughter. I love her as much as I love my boys. She's just mine. And so that is a lot for me to deal with right now, and I can't be with her or hug her or any of that kind of stuff. My husband and I drove around town to kind people's houses who gave us Lysol. So that was one of the ways I can help her. So that's just ripping me up inside. True story. And then my son, who is her husband, lost his job, which is horrible for financial kind of reasons, but also good in a way, because he can be home with her while she's going through this for a little while, especially at the beginning. And then my husband found out he's going to be furloughed starting late next week, and then I had to take a bit of a salary cut. And there are a lot of people who don't have jobs at all, and my heart hurts for you. I get it. I get it. I haven't had to pitch pennies this hard in a really long time, so I totally understand. But put all of that you're feeling, instead of manifesting it into illness or sickness or disease, put it on the page or put it in your art. Do something with it. Don't just wallow in it. And that's what I see a lot of people doing, is just wallowing in their grief, and they're not moving on. And I finally did it. Like this week was a transformative week. It's like the universe said, "Do you think it's bad? Well, look at this," you know? And I was like, okay, we can stop now. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful that, you know, they caught the cancer early and all of this stuff, right? So I digress, but put all your emotions into the writing, okay? All right, made me a little sniffly there. Give yourself, I said this a couple of weeks ago, but I don't think you guys were listening. Give yourself permission to create crap. First passes, first artworks, first drawings, first everythings are not supposed to be perfect. Sorry guys, I have Yeah, sorry. Just rub my nose. Not supposed to touch your face, but my nose is always running these days. It's Texas and allergy season. So make sure that you, I forgot where I was. Oh, give yourself permission to read crap, or write crap. Or read crap. So what you want to do is just pretend it's not real. Okay, it's a trick of the mind, and I did a lot of brain science study when I was getting my master's. And creatively, you're better if you have distractions. Sorry to say, I know, but it lets your subconscious create better. So that's why I sometimes have music on. I talked about this earlier. Music on in my headphones. I have a movie on, but it's not actually got any sound, and then I'm writing. Okay, for me, that's a necessity because of the ADHD. If I have all those things going on, it helps me to focus. I don't know why. I know it sounds exactly the opposite of what it should, but that's what happens. If you're working around with a lot of kids and things like that, just put some headphones on. You don't have to have any kind of sound, or you can have waves or birds chirping or whatever you want, and focus on whatever is in front of you. Also, schedule your time for writing. I talked about this earlier as well. Make sure that you are absolutely 100% marking off time to write. Maybe that's an hour after the kids go to bed and you're exhausted. I get it, but it's okay because your subconscious is a better creator than you are. And so if you're tired, you don't have all those filters, which is a good thing, because then the best of you can come out, right? So just think about that. I don't care how tired you are, or if you have to get up early in the morning, whatever you have to do. I'm staying up really late at night, but I'm lucky I don't have small children. So, I mean, I may have to go take care of the grandkids at some point, but I don't have small children, so I can sleep in a bit, and I understand. But my best writing time right now is between 2 and 4 in the morning. So that's what I'm doing, right? And then
I'm having trouble hearing you.
oh my gosh, that was my watch. Oh my God, I say sorry and she thinks I'm saying Siri. That's hilarious. Did you guys hear that? That was funny. So, all right, let's keep moving on, Candy Havens. I get overwhelmed just like the rest of you guys, and I break down, but I also break down. My husband just bought me Oreos because I just knocked everything off my desk. um, I on Friday night, I lost it. I told you, like, it was a transformative week for me. I'm accepting it now that everything is different and things are a little harder than usual, and it's okay, right? But Friday night, I just wanted to eat my feelings, and I ordered my order from the grocery store, and when it came, there were no Oreos, and I was just so sad. Like, I haven't eaten Oreos, but I just really wanted Oreos this week, and they weren't there, and then my husband came home with packages this morning, so there you go. So anyway, I'm just saying, don't eat your feelings. I don't know why I told you guys that. Oh, the overwhelmed thing. So put it all into your writing, and try this trick. Oh my God, you guys, I have old man eyebrows. Look at that. They're like totally sticking up. That's hilarious. I only put lipstick on for you guys today because I just wasn't feeling it. So sorry about that. You look at the man eyebrows. Manly man eyebrows. Sorry. All right. A little bit of humor there for you. All right. I forgot what I was saying again. Oh, yeah. See, ADHD, the medicine actually does help me. I should take it before I do videos. Write one paragraph, my friends. Paint one color, paint the background of your canvas, or whatever it is you do. Write one small part of it, okay? Do one small part of it, just that, and tell your brain you can't do anything else. No. And if you're a rebel like me, have you guys done the 4 tendency test? I love that thing. So I'm a rebel. It's the one I least expected I would be, but I can't be told to do things. So I have to trick my brain. Like, I can't say to brain, hey brain, we have a book due in 60 days. You need to write. Because brain will say, you, Candy Havens, I don't care. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to go over here and over there and over there. Yeah, that's how my brain talks to me. Yeah, it's a little strange. I know. But that's what happens. So if I say, brain, you can only write one paragraph, just one. That's it. It will say, you, Candy Havens, I can write all the pages I want. Hence what happened last night. Finally had a big breakthrough. So I have to remind myself, guys, I've been teaching this stuff for 17 years and I still have to remind myself. So if you're feeling like you are alone, you are not. Like, I had to remind myself of all this stuff, but no, I'm good. All right. Number 7, my friends, you're a writer, you're an author, you have books, right? Or you're writing books. It's a job. You have to show up. It's not a job you can show up to every other week or once a month for an hour. If you want to be successful in publishing, you have to sit your butt down and write. It's a job. The successful writers don't normally get really bad writer's block because they don't have time for it, right? They just have to create and create and create. If you're suffering from writer's block right now, or any sort of block, it's fear. It's fear. And once you recognize this, we talked about this when I was talking about the emotional jars. Once you recognize that it is fear, fear is false emotions appearing something real. False emotions appearing real. Fear. I just think of how you spelled fear. That's just sad, Candy Havens. All right. And I'm talking about myself in third person, which is kind of scary if you think about it. All right. So, I want you guys to just sit down and make it happen. All right. And if you need some help, I have the Candace Havens author page on Facebook. I have a group you can come be a part of, and you can post every day, I did this many pages. Okay, and it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. I have paid classes if you want those. If you really need me to kick your butt every day and be there for you, I will be. But you have to pay for that privilege, right? But with my Write Workshop, those guys, you can totally just jump in and say, hey, I have a goal. I'm going to do this many pages today, and we will keep you accountable. All right? So from my heart, I say to you, I understand, but it's time to put your big girl pajamas on or your big boy pajamas on and start creating. The world needs you right now more than ever. If we are all positive, if we are all working, if we are all creating, just think of what we're putting out in the universe. And I know that's a little woo-woo for some of you, but you got to imagine that thinking positive and creating beautiful things and beautiful work, right, is helping more than hurting, right? Even if you're not into the whole woo-woo universe, let's see what we put out there kind of thing. So go out and create and understand that people need your stories. People need your artwork. Every day, I've given myself an hour and a half a day just to spend on Instagram watching all of my favorite artists and dancers and singers. And it's my form of entertainment right now, right? To watch these people creating, and oh my gosh, like so many touching, inspiring things have come out of all of this. And so look for that silver lining and make sure that you understand your work matters to people who read your books or to people who buy your art. You matter. And so you need to get off your butt and make it happen. All right? I love you. I do. If you're watching this video, I care about you more than you could ever know. Like I do. Like anyone who's in a creative place right now, I just want to give you ultimate power to go forth and do your thing. Okay? Don't let anything hold you back. Stop with the fear. Get through your grief and create. And then tell me about it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. And even if you're not, or on my Facebook author page, please like the page. I really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm wishing you all the best. And please, if this helps you, tell me. You don't know how much that helps me as well. All right? Take care, guys. We'll have more for you next week.